And tonight we have part one for you of a series of reports entitled Single and Successful. In this segment, Steve Ozenovich features Rhonda Shear, who is making it big both locally and nationally.
Who might you be?
I'm Michelle.
You certainly are.
Her name is actually Rhonda Shear, and she's been getting plenty of attention, appearing in several TV shows and movies, including one made here in New Orleans starring Jerry Reed.
Action. Hey, I'm late. I'm sorry, buddy. Is this Bill here yet?
But is it looks alone that gave Rhonda a chance to mingle with the stars? She believes there are several factors.
The thing is to catch their attention first. Once you have them looking at you, then you can show them that you have talent also. Whatever you go after, you really have to go after full force and not stop.
Rhonda channeled her efforts into acrobatics and comedy. That led to appearances on quiz shows and commercials. It's been uphill ever since. She still calls New Orleans home and meets here regularly with her agents. There are many memories: an unsuccessful bid for public office, a court fight to get reinstated as Floral Trail Queen after she was removed for appearing in this Playboy photograph. She believes both events made her more determined to stick to her beliefs.
I had an interesting experience with a big producer when I first went out there. He said, "Are you willing to wallow in the dirt of Hollywood to get ahead?" I said, "No, I'm not willing to wallow. I'm a nice Southern girl."
A visit to New Orleans also means spending time with friends, but Rhonda still values her freedom.
Now, fight it!
It's a lot of fun to be single, and at this point in time, God willing, I will continue having a good time.
Rhonda isn't resting long. A new movie may be coming up, and maybe another try at politics. But in the meantime, you can still see her in a commercial that's practically become her trademark.
It's great to be in shape.
Steve Ozenovich, News Scene 8.
Up next, Ken Berthelot and all the sports.
Hi, it's Rhonda, back with more exciting discount phone lines. This time, it's one for the girls, because when you dial 1-899-0-RHONDA, we've got hot guys sharing hot secrets.
Howdy, I'm Daily Buck Pike. Buckarettes, call 1-899-0-RHONDA and ask for the Buck Off line. I'll tell you how to get a buck off almost everything, including this phone call. If you're not interested, well, you can just buck off. Gotcha.
Ooh, and if you think that was exciting, look who we've got on the high energy line at 1-899-0-RHONDA.
Calling all women. This is Bill Fox. Call me on the high energy line at 1-899-0-RHONDA. Feeling a little down? A little depressed? Then call me on the high energy line. I'll deliver a truckload of excitement and high energy. Call me for a jolt. Please.
They're hot, they're hunks, and they're all yours by calling 1-899-0-RHONDA. Call now.
Stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live.
Hi, it's Rhonda with 2 great movies and a dog of a show. Next on USA Up All Night. Rhonda, and do we have a scary show for you tonight? Both of our movies feature frightening felines. Later on, you'll see Cat People, a movie about cats that kill people. But first, it's Strays. Hopefully, the kitties are nicer in this one. Ooh, that chant. I think cats are just about the scariest animals in the world. Not to mention I'm allergic to them. So promise you'll stay right here to protect me. Here's Timothy Busfield and Kathleen Quinlan. Watch with me if you care to. In Strays on USA Up All Night. Ooh, it's hard to believe that a nice young man like Sean Cassidy could write such a creepy movie. Maybe David picked on him too much when they were kids. You know, I honestly don't know how I'm going to be able to watch any more of this movie. These cats are scaring the kitty litter out of me. Oh, wait. I have an idea. Hello, Ken? I've got a favor to ask you. Oh, you check out these commercials, and I'll figure out a way to fix these strays. No pun intended. So, Ken? Okay, I'll see you soon. Wow, that was quick. Oh, wow, thanks for getting here so fast. Yikes. Now I'll be able to enjoy this movie much more with these little guys around. Hey, this is my good friend, Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hi.
God, Ken, I love a man of few words. You're so sexy. Now, tell us where these little guys came from. Look how cute they all are.
Well, these guys are from the Los Angeles SPCA, Southern California Humane Society shelter.
Oh, that's very nice. Will you stick around for a while and talk to me?
Sure.
And the dogs?
Yes.
Okay, you guys don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more USA Up All Night. And Ken, isn't he cute? He's fluffy, too. Oh, thanks a lot for the dogs, Ken. Now, before you go, can you give our viewers some tips that they should know about owning pets?
Sure, I think, first of all, it's important that your pet have some type of identification on them in the event that he or she might be lost, they can be returned to you.
Oh.
Secondly, with the big problem we're having with the pet overpopulation, it's a good idea to have your pets spayed or neutered. Mm-hmm. And lastly, if you see something that you think may be animal cruelty, just report it to your local Humane Society or Animal Control Department.
Thank you, Ken.
No
You're so knowledgeable, and you're so good with animals and girls. USA Up All Night will return to some kitties gone bad and strays right after these messages. All right, Ken, turn them over to me.
With pleasure.
You'll come back and get them.
Sure.
Okay. They love me. I'll have to double-check this in my Emily Post book of etiquette. But I believe it is a polite gesture to greet your wife's sister with a kiss as long as it is no longer than 5 seconds in length. Let's look at Paul. Six seconds. That's kind of rude. Oh, well, who am I to judge? Watch for yourself as Strays continues on USA Up All Night. Come here, boy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come up here. Come protect me. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's thank you. Boy, that gets me mad. If you decide to own a pet, it's your responsibility to have it spayed, feed it daily, and teach it not to scratch a telephone repairman to death. Now, speaking of death, I think I'd die if I didn't have these guys around to protect me. You can't imagine how allergic I am to cats. My eyes water during cat naps. I can't be examined by a CAT scan. Riding a catamaran to Catalina is out of the question. And I can't stand listening to Cat Stevens, and neither can they. And, heck, I voted for Bush in '88 just so Kitty Dukakis wouldn't be in the White House. We'll return to those strutting stray cats, But not before I show you these great commercials on USA Up All Night. I know, guys, I know how you feel about cats. But all right, give a kiss, give a kiss. No, 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 no. Apples, over here. All right, give a kiss. Blondie is such a flirt. Would you just come back over here? You just can't go around sniffing in places like that on television. Coming up in Strays, we learn that if you're going to call somebody a name, it's always a good idea to get their permission first.
Look, Dick. Can I call you Dick?
That Timothy Busfield. He really is a people person. Let's return to all the people and kitties alike in Strays on USA Up All Night. You're being a good boy, Apples. Now, Peaches, now, you stay away from Fluffy. You know, I may be allergic to cats, but I've got to admit, they're great pets for children. Now I know what inspired Harry Chapin's song, Cats in the Cradle. Let's return to Pussies Galore in Strays on USA Up All Night. Very good watchdogs, and I'm glad you're protecting the joint. Ooh, sometimes this movie is really scary, yet it also has a little comedy mixed in. I guess that just further proves my mother's theory that Strays is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Mom really had a simple way of looking at things. Well, we'll return to the mother of all evil kitten movies right after these words of consumer wisdom on USA Up All Night. You're back with your midnight movie mistress and my dog. Aren't these guys cute? Originally, we were going to have that great dog from the show Frasier, but he got mad because there wasn't a fax machine in his dressing room, and he stormed off. I tell you, the egos in this town. Let's return to all the acting animals in Strays as USA Up All Night continues. USA Up All Night rolls on for Friday night as our friend Mojo Nixon continues on his quest to find the real America. Here's another installment of Shut Up and Drive.
What's going on here? Hey, what's like a
Hey, our food! How dare you!
I'm supposed to be some kind of gate festival. I thought supposed to be Arabs. Why y'all ain't dressed up like no Arabs? What the heck's going on here? I'm a hillbilly Arab is what I am. This little known tribe of hillbilly Arabs. You don't see him around very much.
He has a strong, fine back and arms. He would make a great galley slave.
Yeah.
He could row a mini mile.
Galley slave?
Galley
slave.
Bring him in!
Away with thee into thy keep. We have many fine chores ahead of them.
Look, I know exactly where we're going.
There's going to be 7 of them right up here on the left. 7 of them on the left.
Oh, shut up and drive.
USA Up All Night now returns to the madcap feline frenzy we know only as Strays. Oh no, Tessa is missing. How could she be missing? At the time, it seemed like a really good idea to leave a small child alone in a tool shed during a rampage of bloodthirsty cats. Well, live and learn, I suppose. Hey, I think it's about time for you to learn more about our sponsors. And USA Up All Night will return to Strays when we're done. You're watching Strays on USA Up All Night. Of course, you know that Sean Cassidy wrote and produced this movie, but a lesser-known fact is that Strays was assistant directed by Davy Jones and edited by the Bay City Rollers. Oh, and I believe the Bee Gees handled the catering. Let's get back to it, shall we? Oh, You've been watching TV star Timothy Busfield, except now he's got 30-something cats clawing at his face. We'll return to Strays on USA Network, where the employees are happy and handsomely paid. You know, there are dogs similar to these at humane societies all around the country. Please give your local shelter a call and save a life, right? Yeah. Here's the hair-raising conclusion of Strays on USA Up All Night. In keeping with our theme tonight, our next movie is also about very mean cats. It's called Cat People. And it's got a star-spangled cast that includes Nastasha Kinski, Malcolm McDowell, Annette O'Toole, and Ed Begley Jr. Ironically, Nastasha Kinski got the lead role in this movie not because of her performance in the Academy Award winner Tess, but she was seen by the casting director in a commercial for Revlon smudge-proof lipstick. If you thought Michelle Pfeiffer made a good Catwoman, you ain't seen nothing yet. Here's Cat People on USA Up All Night. Rhonda wants to hear from you. Write me, Rhonda, USA Up All Night. P.O. Box 5719, Beverly Hills, California, 90209-5719. And now for the conclusion of Cat People on USA Up All Night. Well, that does it for Cat People and this week's edition of USA Up All Night. In perfect Up All Night fashion, tonight we'll be following up 2 movies about killer cats with a movie about oversexed high school girls. It's Cheerleaders' Wild Weekend, and it's up next. As for me, I'll see you next Friday when we'll do something completely different all over again. Until then, remember, from the keeper of the sizzle kiss, if it's L.A., it's Rhonda Up All Night. All right, guys. I know, that's good, huh? Good stuff.
From A to Y, AdRays in Ventura is your hot summer savings store. Check out fantastic deals on everything from major appliances to personal computers. Like this Panasonic EasyPhone answering machine and cordless phone in one high-tech unit with call screening, speed dialing, and more, now just $146.90. Or this Panasonic double cassette tape player with AM/FM stereo. It goes where you go. And during AdRays' end of summer sale, it goes for only $68.90. Hurry to AdRays in the Victoria Shopping Center, where there's more in store for you.
Welcome to Retreat, a style oasis. Here at Retreat, we give beautiful and unique furniture, decor, art, and luxury items a second chance. Our team of experts carefully curates our collection of fabulous finds and offers unique pieces at affordable prices. From stunning furniture and decor to luxury accessories and apparel, we have a little something for everyone. It's resale reimagined. Come see our store located at 1940 Central Avenue in St. Petersburg, Florida, or browse our website at retreatstpete.com.
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear, and some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night, and some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked. Anyway, book me on cameo.com/Rhonda Shear.
From ER, Laura Innes. Up All Night, Rhonda Shear. Author and physician, Dr. Larry Dossi. And from Skeptic Magazine, Dr. Michael Shermer. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
All right, welcome to the show. Let us meet our panel. The best-selling author of Healing Words. His new book is Be Careful What You Pray For. You just might get it. Dr. Larry Dossi. There's the doc. Doc, how you doing? Nice to see you. Please sit down. The publisher of Skeptic Magazine. Ooh, he's your enemy. And the author of Why People Believe Weird Things, Dr. Michael Shermer. Doc, thank you, sir. How are you? Good to see you. All right. Hey. The host of USA Up All Night, News of the Weird, Rhonda Shear. Yes, there's Rhonda. Why, you're dressed so conservatively. How are you, hon? And finally, she plays Dr. Carrie Weaver on a little Thursday night show you might have heard of called ER, Laura Innes. Yeah. Hello, beautiful. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Okay, well, I thought we would start with this because we were all watching the Promise Keepers, weren't we, over the weekend as they gathered in Washington, and they did a lot of praying, and they've known to be filling stadiums, you know, and their leader is a former football coach, and
500,000 men together, I'm there.
but now I was looking through Doc Larry Dossi, your book, Be Careful What You Pray For, and you claim that that prayer has the power to change sporting events, which I think is just
I'm
nutty.
skeptical.
And
I've been praying for the Saints for years, and hello.
And let me just read some of the Jaguars, you say, tackled Tony Basilli, the rock of the team, was sprawled out on his bed, sick to his stomach. At about 9:30, a handful of his teammates came into his room, surrounded his belt, knelt, and prayed for recovery. 14 hours later, bingo, he was better. Does the term 24-hour bug mean anything to you? Is this right?
No. What? I'm not claiming that prayer can change the outcome of sporting events, but what I am
exactly
claiming,
what you said, Doc.
No. A lot of people believe that. This is an anecdote. What you do if you want to test this idea is to do something beyond somebody's story and their claim and take it into a laboratory situation and test it. That's where the game really gets to be very interesting. And I think there's compelling evidence that if you're willing to do that, you can show that prayer can change the physical world.
You know, the most interesting experiment cited by Larry is this famous one with heart patients, in which they claim they found a statistically significant difference between those who were prayed for and those who weren't,
right,
in terms of how quickly they recovered. What you usually fail to see is that the rate of dying was not different. The prayed for group died as often as the not prayed for group.
Actually,
and isn't that the bottom line?
Actually,
The bottom line is we're all going to die anyway.
Actually,
right,
Michael, that's not exactly right. There were 20 deaths in the unprayed for group and 17 in the prayed for group. And I bet you if I gave you the choice about which group you'd want to be in, you'd rather be in the 17
Let me ask
group.
you this. If you're sick, where do you go? A medical doctor or a voodoo, shake the incense and the rattles doctor?
Well, I would want to go to a physician who used everything in the mix that worked.
But can prayer, the question is, can prayer really change? I mean, does God take suggestions?
What do you mean by, okay, this is an interesting part. If God is all powerful and all knowing, why does he need me to tell him that my Aunt Mary has cancer.
Right.
And if he needs me to tell him, how come he didn't
wait,
know?
are we talking about prayer in terms of someone's physiological, the change in your body? If you pray and you get the support of the people around you who love you, that seems like a tangible thing. But to say, I'm going to pray to God to get better, or I'm going to pray to God for this child to get better, and the child gets better, I can't say, gee, it was because of my prayers, because there are children who don't get better. And are those children not prayed for as well? Or
And having
harder?
positive energy, positive thinking, because if you are ill and you're saying, I'm never going to get better, and you just go into like this cocoon, but if you're like very positive and do good things, so it's positive energy.
That's not prayer.
This is one of the perennial objections that the skeptics and the cynics always bring up. If prayer works, it's just because you were thinking positively. That's why you take the next step. And you test prayer not on human beings, but on things that can't think. For instance, studies have been done in which people pray, not for human beings, but for human tissue. You can take tissue out of humans and pray for it. And if you can change the metabolic activity of it, or if you can harm the cancer cells, or if you can increase the replication rate of bacteria, you cannot explain the results.
God is all-knowing and all-seeing and all-powerful and has the big plan, which I think he does, then isn't praying just meddling in his area? Isn't it?
Well,
he's not Santa Claus. I mean, to ask him to...
How do you justify the times, the tragedies that do happen, or the people that aren't saved through prayer? I mean,
science can't answer that sort of question.
Well, he has the answer here in negative prayer, or negative thoughts, which makes
science can't answer that sort of question. But what science is excellent at showing is whether or not there is an effect. And when you subject prayer to fanatically precise testing in laboratory situations, you can show with compelling evidence.
Whoever did a laboratory test on
listen,
prayer.
all right, here's we get down.
What do you?
There are.
What does that mean? I don't get that.
There are 130 plus studies which look at this. Now, let me tell you how outrageous this is.
You know, Doc, wait till I take a break and then tell me. We got to take a commercial.
Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher, brought to you by Volvo.
All right, we're talking about prayer. First, the positive aspect, and then we brought up the negative aspect. Let me read from your book here. Talking about a husband. One night, following a bitter argument, he stormed out of the house. On returning, he found his wife dead, presumably from a heart attack. The man was overcome not with sorrow, but with guilt. He saw that he might possibly be capable of killing his wife with his thoughts. Now, wouldn't a lot of wives be dead?
As a matter of fact, I think they may be. This deserves seriously. Let me tell you what the Gallup polls show.
The Gallup polls?
Hang on, Bill. Hang on. In 1994, the Gallup people did a survey about how people pray. And they found out that 5%, 1 in 20 Americans, pray for harm for other people. Now, this is just the 1 in 20 who will admit it. There are 10 million Americans
out there. But you think it works?
No, wait a minute. I'm saying that we ought to take this seriously and we ought to test it. It's the sort of thing you really wouldn't want to be, it's the sort of thing you wouldn't want to be wrong about.
You know what? Are you talking about praying? Does the person know that you're praying badly about them?
No, they just drop dead.
No, they just, seriously.
You get home and they're dead.
No, these are...
presumably from a heart attack.
If you have I can really see, like if you're getting a bad vibe from somebody, that it has a negative effect on you. You know, you feel kind of
How about you're fighting and you're having a terrible argument, and then he leaves and you just keel over from a heart attack.
Which is not negative.
It has nothing to do with prayer.
That's right. It has nothing to do with
Exactly. So you try to up the ante about the precision of the studies. You can't do studies in human beings to try to kill them. This is called illegal.
Right.
You'll go to jail. You'll lose your license. This is not a subtle concept. What you do is to try to do the studies not on humans, but on non-humans.
So you're saying scientific.
And
You're
you-
saying
oh,
that
so you
you're
can
mixing
kill a
science.
hamster first. Yeah, you can. Actually, you
But
can.
you're mixing science and with prayer. What do other doctors think about that? Like
Well, I'm glad you brought it up.
They're skeptical.
Because because
They
doctors.
are.
No, because if I were a doctor, no wait, with all the malpractice
His
suits
book
today.
is called Why People Believe Weird Things.
No, but listen,
This
with
is
all
kind
the
of a weird
malpractice suits today, if I were a doctor, I would say that I was praying for my patient too, because if something goes wrong, then the patient might say, "Oh, well, you're a man of spirit," so then they wouldn't blame the doctor for screwing up.
Let me tell you how
They wouldn't
outrageous.
sue.
Let me tell you how outrageous this is. 3 years ago, there were only 3 medical schools that had courses in religion and spirituality in the United States.
Because they're medical schools.
Currently, there
Science, they don't usually mix.
Currently, there are 30 medical schools who have courses that emphasize the data behind this. Now, if this is outrageous, I would ask you why the most conservative profession in the United States is taking this into the curriculum. Our best scholars are at the medical school.
I don't think there's any I believe wholeheartedly that your thought process, your frame of mind, your ability to meditate or pray or however you do it, and the people around you who love and support you, it really helps your ability to heal. But I don't understand. I haven't read your book, but all the talking
That's
about
where the studies are.
Yeah, but what is all this studies?
Well, I did read it.
I'm having a hard
let me
time
tell you
with
something.
that.
I've been reading from his book. You don't really want. And you're talking about. Are you talking about you? I believe you can heal yourself by positive thinking.
Well, it's
but
mind
other
and body
people,
are related.
you think
from
other people, when they
prayer.
think about you, I mean, you think that a sporting event can be changed. If everybody goes make the field goal, then that team is going to make the field goal. That's just cuckoo.
I would say that it's a hypothesis. It has. I'm not asserting that. I'm saying that a lot of people believe that. And it's something that could be studied. As far as I know, we haven't put sporting content.
They have this office, the National Institute of Health has this Office of Alternative Medicine, right? Do they have an Office of Alternative Airlines where you maybe try one with one wing or something? No.
Right. I mean, we could study why amoebas can't drive speedboats, but why? What's the difference?
Well, I'll tell you.
You want to kill your wife? Do it the O.J. Simpson way. That's what I say. That way you're sure of the result.
Look, I know skeptics love to batter the Office of Alternative Medicine, but we ought to be careful, Michael, because there have been a lot of therapies throughout the years that when they came about were called alternative. An example in history is called hand washing. This was a wildly controversial idea when it was introduced. So we don't want to foreclose the debate.
Okay,
I think you would agree.
I agree with that.
But you know what? There's a lot of money in spiritual
That's
doctrine
right.
too.
And
like in
drives
anything
a
else,
lot
if
of the
they
fraud.
can't find the answer the conventional way, then they're going to go to Eastern medicine.
You don't
new
pray for
wave
somebody
medicine.
who has a broken arm or something. You pray because they have some complex disease that medicine has not figured out yet. But as we gain in knowledge and we solve more and more medical problems, the spirituality leaves it and becomes just kind of a mechanical thing.
But it can't hurt.
And
I don't think praying can actually hurt.
well, it can. Well, according to him, it can.
As a matter of fact, I'd like to introduce you a book which claims that it can.
But praying can hurt. Well,
Yeah.
Well, negative praying. You're saying.
Negative praying. You can kill your wife or your husband, Rhonda, or all the men. Never mind.
Wait, let me have
I'm
a moment
saying
here.
you could kill a lot of people, Rhonda, if you just put your brain power
Wait,
to
let me
work.
think. I'm from New Orleans where voodoo is practiced.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And did you ever go and try any of that?
No, but I've been to the Voodoo
Why not?
Museum. I do have a doll with 1 or 2 pins in it.
How has that worked?
Well, some of my male friends have backaches.
That's not from the doll, Rhonda. All right, we've got to take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, we started talking about the Promise Keepers and their phenomenal march this weekend in Washington. And I saw a lot of women on the news who were wives of the Promise Keepers who said, you know, we want the man to lead, which is what part of their movement is about. The man to take back control of the family, be the head of the household, which, you know, 40 years ago was not even a controversy.
Well, in theory, it seems good. You know, that they're going to not cheat, not fool around. They're going to they're saved now. But then they're saying that when it comes to the final decision of the household, they make the final.
Yeah.
Is that what they really believe? Do they really believe that the man should be the leader?
Yes.
And you are supposed to sit down and say, honey, I've made a terrible mistake. I put you in charge of the family.
Right.
You are now going to relinquish
I saw a
power
lot
to
of
me.
women who were saying that's what they want their husbands to do. And of course,
No, we just want them to pay the bills. We don't want them to make decisions. Crazy?
We've been reduced to a paycheck.
But reality, I think we should just let them go out there, have the, you know, it's just all about filling stadiums anyway. And when they come home to their own houses by themselves,
No, because they didn't
they're
charge.
going to end up leading the household anyway.
Do you know about the support group that's founded by these women?
I know
I'm
the
not
whole-
kidding. Suitable Helpers is what it's called for the wives of these men. How many of you would join the Suitable Helpers?
No, I haven't heard about
They help the men.
Right.
You know,
But
they're
my question
subservient.
is, if you'd let me ask one, if that is what the women want also, why is that such a threat to the feminists? Because the feminist organizations were protesting this. Patricia Ireland said, I see the Promise Keepers and I am afraid. I am very afraid. Why is she afraid?
She's afraid of the political aspects, that's what they're really going, because they were in Washington, D.C. And that right now you see 500,000 guys there who's saying it's all about Christianity, but then maybe they're going to turn around. And this is a little scary when you see that many people in numbers.
But shouldn't women have the right to also say, I want the man to be the leader?
Sure. I don't think anybody is saying that an individual doesn't have a right to make any choice that they want to make.
Oh, some
but
are.
also, I think it's great that she made the comment, because as far as I can tell, that this organization hasn't really defined itself clearly. I mean, I don't know really what their belief is. Are they part of the Christian?
Well, then you haven't read the paper, because they are very clear about it.
But I've read many contradictory things. People saying we're not part of the Christian coalition.
They're
people
not.
saying they are part.
The people who say they are wrong. They're not part of the Christian coalition. They explicitly had no political speakers at their rally, and they explicitly do not belong to any organization. They are the organization, the Promise Keepers, and they're saying what they're saying.
There's a lot of politicians hosting parties that whole weekend. So right now they're saying that, and there's a lot of politicians involved, so they're saying they're not political right now. But, that many people together is very scary. Right. Also, the whole thing about Christianity and getting, the Lord's word out and everything, they were selling all kinds of merchandising. I didn't see Jesus using merchandising to get his point across. I'm sorry.
Rhonda, let me ask you a question.
50, no, because that's the whole thing. It's Christianity and being saved, and these men are being saved. They're no longer sinners. It's a religious thing.
Isn't there an issue of religious tolerance here? I mean, this is a religious issue for them, and we used to have a principle in this country that was very dear. It was called religious tolerance. Why can't we accord these people the right to express their religion in any way they want?
As long as we have the right to object verbally.
But I also, I think that it's fabulous that all these men got together and decided, I'm going to make my life better. I'm going to make my family's life better. I think it's a beautiful thing. But I also think it's a great thing that we're having a discussion about the role of women in the family. And can we have an equal loving partnership? This is a great discussion to be had.
One survey shows that 9 out of 10 of the rank and file Promise Keepers, I'm not talking about the people who churn out the rhetoric, but if you talk to the rank and file, 9 out of 10 of them believe that decisions should be shared equally between husband and wife.
Until the very final decision.
So there's a real discontinuity between what the rhetoric says and what the average Promise Keeper believes.
Okay, but what happens when the Promise Keepers can't make a decision amongst themselves? Then who makes a decision when you have all guys?
Well,
they asked their
all wives. I know is we were supposed to have a Promise Keeper here tonight, didn't show up.
Is that true?
I'm just kidding. We'll have to take a break. We'll be right back.
Thursday, 2 extraordinary episodes. A pregnant girl turns to Father Ray.
I might have to break a rule.
She needs somebody to stop her.
An unforgettable Nothing Sacred. Then there's Fitz on suicide prevention.
Come on, let's go. Don't be a whip.
His wife's extramarital dating.
Isn't this cozy? You don't mind if I join you?
Cracker, Thursday.
Shh. Listen, when I look at this car, it's the same way as if I'm looking at myself. You have to physically touch things. You have to use your visual senses. You smell. This is our AC sniffer. Listen, pings and dings and clicks and clacks, a buzz, a hum, a clink, a tick, an annoying anything that people normally wouldn't hear, I have to hear. It's not easy being me. I would say I'm the most critical person in the plant.
Join us tomorrow when our guests will be Dr. William Schultz, Ken Osmond, Elizabeth Perkins, and Scott Thompson.
All right, we were talking about the Promise Keepers and women who choose to be
kept.
What is it?
Kept.
Kept. Well, that's a whole different story.
Hey, welcome to RhondaShear.com. The best place to shop for your intimates and loungewear. We have great sales all the time. We have a full size range. So we think that beauty comes in all shapes and all sizes. And check out our new skin tones. Find your nude. Tell your friends there's no intimates anywhere like RhondaShear.com. it's Rhonda Shear. And some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night. And some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked. Anyway, book me on cameo.com/Rhonda Shear.
Our next guest entertains viewers late into the night with her unique brand of humor. Please welcome writer, former beauty queen, and I guess she's a comedian too, Miss Rhonda Shear.
It wasn't even an air kiss, it was a real kiss.
Well, of course
In
it's a real
Hollywood, they
kiss.
do those fake kisses.
I don't do that fake stuff.
No.
Sheesh. We've met. We know each other.
Yes, very well.
Fans of USA's Up All Night.
Or Up All Night.
Up All Night.
I have to say it that way.
You do? give us again. What is it?
USA Up All Night. See, your shoulders go up. That's the trick.
Okay.
Men
Well-
can't do it, but women can.
Yeah, exactly.
But we worked together.
Yes, we did.
I did Dukes of Hazzard. And I flirted with him.
But it wasn't a really vampy role, though, was it?
Well, it was a vampy role. What happened was I was supposed to play a sexy used car saleswoman. And when I got there, I had this cute little short hot pants, and they kept dressing me down because of Daisy. I ended up with a very floppy dress, glasses, and my hair. It looked a lot like yours, as a matter of fact.
Be nice now. Be nice. Let's see. We got a picture
You
of
have a
that from
picture?
way back when we were.
You'll see my
Oh, my stars.
Doesn't my hair look like yours?
You're still much better than mine.
I took
Come
the
on.
glasses off because I didn't want to look really nerdy in that picture. See, that's a terrible thing to do to a young aspiring actress. And this is what's happened because of that.
This was a direct result of that.
Well, actually, this is my natural color hair.
Okay.
No, you see, being on Up All Night, people just don't think. They think it's, first of all, that it's really me, and it's not a character, and I want you to know that I'm highly educated.
You're highly educated.
I am. I went to a special school for people with big hair. No, but now I did graduate from college. My parents kept asking me, what are you going to be when you get out? I said, about 39. But I made them proud. I did. I took, great courses like Lincoln, the Man in the Car, but I graduated, and I am from, first of all, I love being here in Nashville. I really do. It's great here because I'm a Southern girl myself. I'm from New Orleans. And yeah.
You betcha. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Every night in New Orleans is a potential party, and every night in LA is a potential earthquake. So it's a big difference. But anyway, I was a former Miss Louisiana. I don't think you knew that.
I did know
You didn't?
that.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Thank you. Except you did know this. I went to the Miss America pageant, but I came out 49th. I would have come out 50th, but Miss Iowa couldn't get her tractor started for the talent competition. It was great, though. It was great. I tried hard.
What'd you do for Mardi Gras?
I was in New York because now we tape our show in New York, so I missed it. I know. I should have been there because for the last 3 years I've been there. I was queen of everything. You have to be if you're from New Orleans. You see, you have to have big hair if you're from the South.
The guys
It makes
too,
your
down
hip
there.
look, yeah. That absolutely. We see that. You see what's bad about living in Los Angeles is everyone's very superficial. Like, you try to meet a nice guy. I'm driving along and I see this guy who looks sort of hot, and they have these cute little personalized license plates. And so I'm trying to figure out his license plate as I'm driving, and I see it says Macho Peter. I saw him get out of the car. It should have said Nacho Eater. Men in LA, they're just not like really, good Southern guys here.
Yeah.
And then, when guys, in LA, well, I don't know how old you are now, but I had this boyfriend that just turned 40, and I had him. I no longer have him, but one thing I realized about men when they turn 40 is they never lose their hair. They don't, because it just starts going into their scalp and out their nose and ears.
No, I got none in there yet. No, they ain't growing in there yet.
Not yet.
Are you excited about going to Vegas?
I'm going to Vegas. Yes, I'm going to be at Harrah's at the Improv, headlining there February 27th through March the 3rd. So in case you're all invited to come see me, y'all.
In Vegas.
In Vegas. I'll be there Tuesday night. It's fabulous.
And you'll be
Fabulous.
up all night.
Will you come visit me on USA up all night?
Sure, I will.
Can you do that with your shoulders?
If you can get me on Duckman, I'll come.
I will get you on. It's a deal. I'll
Okay,
work
you got
on
it.
that.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, we're glad to have you. Coming up next, we'll take a few musical requests from Mr. Gilly, so you might get to hear your favorites. So stay with us.
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear, and some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night, and some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked. Anyway, book me on cameo.com/RhondaShear.
Welcome to Retreat, a style oasis. Here at Retreat, we give beautiful and unique furniture, decor, art, and luxury items a second chance. Our team of experts carefully curates our collection of fabulous finds and offers unique pieces at affordable prices. From stunning furniture and decor to luxury accessories and apparel, we have a little something for everyone. It's resale reimagined. Come see our store located at 1940 Central Avenue in St. Petersburg, Florida, or browse our website at retreatstpete.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next entertainer is an actress and a comedian. You've seen her in such TV shows as Dallas, Cheers, The Tonight Show, and such movies as Spaceballs. She works all over the country, frequently opening for Yakov Smirnoff, originally from New Orleans. Put your hands together, please, for Miss Rhonda Shear.
I've been in a few films. I starred in a film called Baby Training. Did you see that? Thank you very much. You can rent it. I get typecast because of the hair, the makeup, the clothes. I always play the same roles. I play stewardesses, French maids, hookers, and my lines are always the same. Yeah, I'm coming. I play slut puppies. Do you know what a slut puppy is? It's very harmless, not promiscuous. It's just someone who wants more out of life but wants someone else to pay for it. And there's famous slut puppies. For instance, the most famous of them all, the Barbie doll. The woman got a dream house and a Corvette just to keep Ken's secret that he was neutered. What's the first thing we did, ladies, when we got a brand new Ken doll? We checked. We'd pull his little zipper down. And when we found out he wasn't anatomically correct, we'd pop off his head and put it on the end of a pencil. Don't you wish you could do that today? And slut puppies, they run rampant, Nelly, because everyone's trying to become discovered. You never know where you'll be discovered. I'm driving behind this really beautiful girl. She pulls up to a red light. This guy pulls up, a hot-looking guy in a red Porsche pulls up alongside of her. All of a sudden, it becomes like an MTV video. And that was the guy. You can walk into any little place of business in LA and they have these autographed pictures of stars on the wall because everyone's starstruck. I went into this one place called Sarah's Hair Waxing Salon. There was a picture like this, and the inscription read, "Dear Sarah, thanks. Without the hair under my pits, I can finally see my tits. Love, Madonna." Have you all seen that new video of Cher's where she's growing the garden out of the butt area? I think she took the title of her movie a little seriously. Moonstruck. Just a thought, kids. Because I think that way. There's a new airline in LA. Maybe you haven't heard of it, called PSA. It stands for Porno and Sex Aboard. The stewardess comes out. "Hi, welcome aboard flight 069. My name is genitalia. In case of emergency, condoms will fall from overhead. And for your in-flight movie, we're going to be showing a Western porno film in which all the good guys are hung. Now, just remember, during takeoff and landing, please return the stewardess to an upright position. You know what's more frightening than traveling in the air in Los Angeles is on the ground, because everyone has a personalized license plate in which you feel obligated to figure out while you're going 100 miles per hour on the freeway. Anyone have one here? A personalized license plate? So guys will use it to impress you. I was driving behind this one guy. It said Macho Peter. I saw him get out of his car. It should have said Nacho Eater. What is it about a red light that causes a man to pick his nose? I mean, not that I'm looking at you or anything, but you do look like a little picker. Yes, thank you very much, sir. We do kind of silly things in our car. Have you ever driven away with something on top of your car? I did this the other day to 7-Eleven. I backed out with my coffee on top of mine. I got to the red light. The guy next to me had a donut on his. Traffic can be very depressing. I get depressed. What do we do, ladies, when we're depressed? It's like a choir. Eat and shop. I go shopping for food. And my two favorite things, Haagen-Dazs and Frugenglasen. Do you know that those two ice creams have totally made up names? They mean absolutely nothing. Well, actually, I looked up Glas, and it means you. Can you imagine what Frugen means? Then you finish eating the entire pint, you turn it over, it says serves 12. I hate this weight thing, because my girlfriend's always calling and nagging, I want to get back to my original weight. I said, what, 7 pounds, 9 ounces? Forget it. I heard the best diet is to make love after you've eaten. I tried it. I got thrown out of the restaurant. I try hard. Every morning for 20 minutes, I stretch, I split, I dance around, I hop. Then after I get my jeans up, I'm too tired to go to the gym. I have the tight jeans theory. You may have noticed this. It's my own theory about dieting. I'm convinced if you wear tight jeans, it will just hold everything up and in until you unzip them, and there's just avalanche. You're like 9 months pregnant under there. You ever notice when you take off your tight jeans, the seams have left road maps all over your body, skid mark where the zipper is. Actually, my jeans are kind of like some of the men that I've dated. They're tight and they give me pain and suffering. And they shrink in cold water. Thank you, girls. There's such major differences between men and women, and like the way we buy our underwear, for instance. Because like we can go through 10 pairs of pantyhose a day? A guy will buy 1 3-pack of Jockeys for $2.99, and 15 years later he's wearing them with holes in it. They're his favorite pair. He sends them out to the cleaners. We get a run, we gotta go change. A guy gets a hole, he goes, man, they're finally broken in, yeah. Whoa. And you guys don't have to worry about pantyhose. Pantyhose are today's answer to the chastity belt, because think about it, if we can't get them up, you're not getting them down. And they never fit. They tell us one size fits all. I get that elastic band all the way up around my neck, and still that cotton crotch is swinging somewhere between my knees. That is the ickiest feeling you can ever imagine. That's how grandmas get that little grandma walk. I could store walnuts in there. And I have. And we'll do anything to save a pair of pantyhose because they're expensive, you know, $7, $8 a shot. My boyfriend walks into the bathroom. I was leaning over putting nail polish on my butt. He said, what are you doing? I said, nail polish stops the runs. He said, why didn't you tell me that when we were in Mexico? He's a nice guy. A little selfish when it comes to some things like birth control, because he thinks that should be left up to the woman. He kept telling me to get some protection. So I did. I went out and I bought a gun. The next night he said, I'm game. So I shot him. But sometimes things are right. This makes me paranoid because after we make love, I look in the mirror and I look terrible and he looks fantastic. I figured out it's because my makeup is all over his face. I looked down, his nipples were winking at me. They were my eyelashes. I won't even tell you where my Lee press-on nails were. Have you ever been in the heat of passion really going at it and you look down and your dog is staring at you? And you feel so guilty because you know he just wants a piece of the action. And he's got this look on his face. You know what he's thinking. We do it a lot better than they do. And dogs are smarter than human beings. You ever think about this? Why do dogs never step in dog do? And they have 4 feet. We have 2 we can't miss. And then we talk to our animals like they're human beings. Don't you do this if you have dog owners? Dog goes in the carpet, you go, what did you do? Did you do this? The dog is going, I think it's pretty obvious, pal. Ask the cat. He was watching. Call the cat over. The cat goes, what do you think I am, a dog? I don't see you going out on the lawn. Why don't you stick your nose in it like you do to me? Embarrassing moments. You ever been over a friend's house? You go to use their bathroom and you flush. Instead of going this way, it starts coming this way. This is when real panic sets in. Because you have only one choice when this happens. You have to set the house on fire. You set the house on fire, they're not going to be worried about that stuff in the bathroom. If not, you got to come out like a nerd, walk up to everybody just sitting around having a great time and go, excuse me, but did you have a plunger? And the dog comes in and goes, did you do this? What did you do? I get a little paranoid about things like that, I swear to God. Like, for instance, I have this weirdo gynecologist in Beverly Hills. The man's always telling little jokes, to loosen things up, so to speak. It's true. Ladies can understand. He's always saying things like you can never be too thin, too rich, or far enough down there in the paper. Isn't it amazing how you get knee lock when you get on that paper? Back it up, back it up. Don't you hate the way your butt sticks to that paper when you try to get up? They should use wax paper so you just slide off of it. And by law, a nurse has to stay in with the gynecologist to watch to make sure that there's no hanky-panky. How can she tell? The man's got his hand up to Reno. Get paranoid. Like, I can no longer go to a grocery store and buy a cucumber. I can't pick one of those things up. I feel guilty. I feel like every guy in the place is snickering at me. Then I go to checkout and I hear, how much is a 12-inch, 6-pound cucumber, aisle 3? This chick's going to have some salad tonight. You all been great. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'm Rhonda Shear.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rhonda Shear.
It's Rhonda Shear.
You keep saying you've got something for me, something you call love, but confess that you've been a messin', shouldn't be messin', and now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah! Turn over, big guy. You've been lying when you ought to be truthing. And you keep saving when you ought to not bet. You keep a-changing when you ought to be changing. Now it's right is right, but you ain't been right yet. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Oh, I like them young. Well, I was gonna leave you, but I'm gonna take you. Are you ready, Boots? Start walking. Oh, yeah.
Rhonda Shear.
Hi, it's Rhonda Shear. And some of you may remember me from USA Up All Night. And some of you may be watching me on HSN, where I sell my own line of Rhonda Shear intimate apparel. Well, whatever. I would love to send messages to your family, to your friends, just anything that you're excited about. I'm happy to send that message to you. So remember, love and sizzle kisses from Rhonda. I'm ready to be booked. Anyway, put me on cameo.com/Rhonda Shear.
Stuck at home and you don't know what to do. Hold on, baby, Rhonda Shear's got you. Grab your computer, log on, baby, you got the power. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live. It's the Rhonda Shear Social Live.